Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well and staying safe at home. Today, we will be dealing with the third chapter of Production and Operation Management, Material Management. I have divided the whole unit into different modules so that it is easy for you to understand. So, basically, today we will be dealing with 3 points: definition of material management, what are the different objectives of material management, and functions. These three topics will be covered in this module. Basically, the goods purchased for incorporation into products for sale are called materials, and there are 5 types of materials which will be used in a production and operations. They are raw materials, consumables, components, maintenance materials, and tools. Raw materials are nothing but they are crude materials which will lose their existence and which will give shape and will be converted into the finished goods. Consumables are nothing but those which are used for the manufacturing and usually consumed in the process. Example, oil, lubricants, soap, etc. Components are semi-finished goods or finished parts which are being attached to the final product. Maintenance materials are nothing but the nuts, screws, and things like that which is being used. And the last being tools. Those are instruments and apparatus used in manufacturing the final product. So basically these are the materials which will be included in a production unit. Now coming to the definition. Material management is defined as a function responsible for coordination of planning, sourcing, purchasing, moving, storing and controlling materials in an optimum manner so as to provide pre-decided services to the customer at minimum cost. That means whenever the term management comes, there will be planning, organizing, delegating, staffing and controlling of things. Similarly, when we are planning and controlling the sources and purchasing points and the transportation and controlling of the materials, it is called as material management. Another definition by Bailey and Farmer is like this: the management of flow of material into the organization to the point where those materials are converted into firm's end product. Basically, the main three functions of material management are planning, purchasing, and scheduling. This will cover all the different functions of material management. And there are 2 objectives of material management, being primary objective and secondary objective. So let's see what are the primary objectives. Low purchase prices. If the purchasing department reduces the prices of the item it buys, operating costs can be reduced and profit can be enhanced. Second is high inventory turnover. It is nothing but if we are able to decrease the inventories by reducing the storage and carrying cost, you can always increase the turnover. When inventories are low in relation to the sales, less capital is tied up in the inventories. Next one, low cost acquisition and possession. When the receiving and the stores department are operating efficiently, we can reduce the cost associated with the purchasing and the storing of the materials. Okay. Now, next one, continuity of supply. If you are having a cordial relation with your suppliers, there won't be any disruption in your supplies, and you will be able to produce the goods in the desirable time with good quality and with right cost. Next one, consistency of quality. Quality of end products depends on the materials which are being used, and if you are having rigid specifications which are being insisted by the material management, you will be able to get consistency of raw materials whereby we can somehow maintain the consistency of the finished products. Next one is low payroll cost. The lower the payroll, the higher the profit. All other factors be equal. Next one, favorable supplier relationship. If we are having a good relation with your supplier, you will be able to get good reputation, and this will attract the customers for your product. Again, the product and development and research efforts of the suppliers are passed to the company if you are having a good relation to the farmer. That means if your supplier is able to develop new products or a supplement which can lower your cost or increase your quality, always it will enable you as a company, as a production unit, to give high quality products to your customer. Next is developmental of personnel. In this one, if the material management department is able to identify skilled people and develop them to head the department, it will always be beneficial for the company in the future years. Good records. Good records are considered as a primary objective of material management, whereby we will be getting a planned administrative control and periodic audits will be there, which will discourage corruption which will take place in material acquisition and possession. Last one, material and cost control. The material department should ensure that the material is purchased in the right quantity so that the funds are not unnecessarily blocked in the inventories. Now, coming to the secondary objectives of material management: reciprocal relations, new materials and products, economic make or buy, standardization, product improvement, interdepartmental harmony, forecast, acquisition. These are the secondary objectives of material management. When a company deliberately buys as much as possible from its own customer, it is said to practice reciprocity. That means if you are able to get the products which are being sold to the customer, or you are encouraging your customer, you will be able to have a good relationship which will help you in future. New materials and products. Engineering and manufacturing managers will be interested in the new products and materials, and this can help the purchasing department to regularly connect with the suppliers and get what the engineering department needs from the production unit. Economic make or buy. Sometimes it will be better to make it rather than buying it from a secondary source. It will be viable for you to make the product in much more lesser cost compared to buying it from a third party. Standardization. Material management personnel can review the stock to weed out the non-standardized item. They can promote the incorporation of standard components and product design to reduce the cost, and they can promote standardization with the suppliers. Product improvement, interdepartmental harmony, focus and acquisitions are the other secondary objectives of material management. Now, coming to scope of material management. If you have seen, there are 5 different areas wherein the material management can play a vital role. Material planning and control. Based on the sales forecast and production plan, the material planning and control can be done much effectively. Purchasing is nothing but to know the terms of purchase, to place the purchase order, follow up, maintenance of smooth relation with supplier, approval to the suppliers, and evaluating and rating the suppliers. So first, once the demand is being raised from some department, you will be able to identify the suppliers from the list of suppliers who can supply the products, and you will be able to place the order with them, which will help you to reduce the cost and get quality products which is needed for your production unit. Stores management. This involves physical control of the material, preservation of stores, minimization of obsolescence and damage through timely disposal and efficient handling. Whatever you have purchased, you are able to store it in such a manner that there is no damage which is being done to your products before the production or the final goods are being produced. Inventory management involves to keep the materials whichever is needed, only that much quantity is being kept. The interval between the receiving the purchased parts and transforming them into the final product varies from industry to industry, and by an efficient inventory management you are able to control the cycle time. Other related functions, there are 3S, which is nothing but standardization, simplification, specification, and the other 3 are value analysis, ergonomics, just in time. These 6 features will be discussed widely in the coming modules. So basically the scope of material management, there are 5 scopes. One is material planning and control, purchasing, stores management, inventory management, other related functions. In detail we will be handling these topics in the coming modules. Now, functions of material management, already we have told the scope. It is similar to that production and material control, wherein you are able to control the material, then purchasing decision. Non-production stores means what are the things which we need, like office supplies, perishable tools and maintenance, repair and operating supplies are maintained as per the needs of the business. All these things will come under material management. Transportation is nothing but how the materials are received inside the production unit. From the supply side, how it is coming to your production unit will be taken care under transportation, which is a function of material management. Next one is material handling. The difference between material handling and transportation is how the materials are reaching the company from the supplier will be dealt through transportation. Material handling means the transporting of materials or the movement of materials within a manufacturing establishment, and the cost of handling materials is kept under control. Whatever maybe, there are different material handling equipments which we will be using inside the production unit. How it is being handled will be coming under, or it is a function of material management. The last one is receiving. The receiving department is responsible for the unloading of material, counting how many units were put in the purchase order, how much we have received, their quality, and all those things will be done by the receiving department. So these are the functions of material management: production and material control, purchasing, non-production stores, transportation, material handling, and receiving. So basically today we have dealt with what is the definition of material management, what are the objectives of material management, primary objective and secondary objective, scope of material management. The last which we dealt was functions of material management. I hope you had a good session. If you have any queries, please feel free to ask. Thank you.